Hello everyone, my name is Shanice and welcome back to my channel. So today I have another book haul for you guys. I tried my very best not to buy too many books, although try my very best is not true. I try to be mindful of buying books, but somehow I still ended up with quite a big stack. But yeah, let's just talk about that. The first things I want to show you is just this whole box set of books that I bought. I just bought a whole series based on watching the Netflix show. So yes, okay, let me see if I can actually show you, but it is the Outlander series. I have to say that this whole set was very cheap. Like, they're not even mass market paperbacks. They're like nice floppy big paperbacks, which I very much appreciate. And yeah, I was able to get all of the first books. I will link it down below. However, the listing does say that it comes with like a notebook, but I already saw in all the reviews that it does not in fact come with a notebook. I do not care. I wasn't out to get the notebook and it was very cheap for all of these books. They're okay quality, they're definitely a bit flimsy and stuff, but still. So yeah, this is the Outlander series. I guess everyone knows. I will just hold up the first one because they're heavy, but I guess everyone knows what this series is about. But it's basically about a woman who lives in the 40s, like 1940s, and she worked as a nurse in the Second World War. After the war has ended, she's kind of rekindling with her husband Frank. They've not seen each other much during the war. He was working as kind of more like a spy and she was working as a nurse, like in the war, you know. And so she's very knowledgeable about like medical stuff, and so they go on a honeymoon to Scotland, and there she encounters, I believe it's called Nadun or something like that. It's these big stones, and when she touches them she is transported back into time to like 1700 something Scotland, and she meets Jamie Fraser, and it's basically their sort of love story, her being conflicted about the two loves in her life, also trying to survive in these times. Because of her medical knowledge, she is branded as a witch and all of stuff. Like, there's a lot happening, and these books are just getting bigger and bigger, and yeah, I'm curious to see where it will go. I'm only on season 2 with the series, so I'm not sure. I have read this in the past actually, and I love this one. I gave it 5 stars, and then I didn't really love the third one or the second one, and I didn't have the third one at the time, but I think I can appreciate it more now as I'm more into historical romance a lot, and I can definitely appreciate the historical circumstances. I think 18-year-old me was like very bored, but I think now, like almost 24-year-old me can definitely appreciate it more. So I'm excited to start reading these hopefully soon. Let's just get like the other books out of the way before we get to the Waterstones special editions, which I just love. Waterstones special editions, they're always so beautiful. But first, let's talk about these 3. So I have here 3 historical romances. They're the first 3 books in the Bridgerton series by Julia Quinn. The first one being The Duke and I, and I'm not really sure. I think the second one is the Who Love Me, and the third one is An Offer from a Gentleman. And I believe that the first one is about a woman who is kind of, you know, she just says whatever she wants, and she's too honest for playing the romantic games required to captivate gentlemen. And then we also have a duke who is the Duke of Hastings, Simon. He shuns both marriage and society, just as his callous father shunned him, so he's kind of like more of a damaged duke, I think. And then they do a marriage of convenience / fake dating, and I'm pretty sure they'll fall in love. I'm following the world. I was intending on following along with the read-along that's hosted for this by a bunch of bookish people. Amongst those is Jess from Peace Love Books, but I haven't been keeping up with the Discord and I'm not really sure. I think some people have already been reading it. I hope to read it this month and then just watch the live shows and stuff very low-key. But I feel like I will really love this because I really like historical romances, and the premise of fake dating is just always fun. So I'm very excited. I don't know what the other books are about. We'll see that when I get to them. I just bought the first 3 to kind of see if I like them. If I do, I will buy the rest of the series too. But I wasn't ready to commit to buying the whole series because I haven't read the first one and I'm not sure if I'll love it. So these are 3 more books that I got, and I think they're really cute. Like, the mass market versions are very cute. They're really pretty colors. I'm just sad that they don't have one of those really pretty step backs. They don't. They're just boring. They immediately start with the story and stuff. But yeah, still really happy I got these and excited to start reading. Then the last book that's kind of a bit random is I got The Mark of Athena by Rick Riordan. I'm collecting this series in hardback and I only have the first one and The Lost Hero, which I have already read and I really enjoyed it. And this is in the Heroes of Olympus series, which is kind of the series that comes after the Percy Jackson series. I'm sure you've heard of it. It's like, Percy Jackson is definitely middle grade, I think. I'm not sure if this is middle grade or YA. I think it's kind of an in-between series. I read the Heroes of Olympus when I was 13 or 14 for the first time, and I really loved it. And it was one of the first books I read in English, actually. I guess it could be late middle grade, early YA, something like that. Anyway, I've just added all of the books to my wish list, and sometimes I check my wish list to see if anything is like drastically on sale or whatever, and this one was. It was only, I think, €7 or something, and usually these are on sale on Amazon for, I don't know, 18 or 19 euros. Very expensive, so I just decided to grab it now that it was on sale. Or like, Amazon does these things, I don't know how it works, but suddenly the price drops really drastically, and I'm trying not to support Amazon too much. Sometimes you gotta. And yeah, I just really wanted to get this. So I now have the first book, and I've read that one, and the third book in the series, so I do need to get the second book before I can actually start reading this one. But I'm excited to have it nonetheless, and I just love these covers so much. I especially love the spines. I think they're just really pretty. Okay, moving on to my Waterstones special editions. Let's stay with the middle grade-ish. I got Frostheart Escape from Aurora. Oh, that's too hard for me to pronounce. Anyway, this is by Jamie Littler. I unfortunately do not have the first special edition that Waterstones did. I bought this one, I think on the recommendation of Gavin from How to Train Your Gavin, the first one, Frostheart, I think last year in December, January. I might have just started my booktube, or no, I don't think I started my booktube channel yet. I don't know. Anyway, I wasn't really even aware there was a special edition, so yeah, I didn't get that one, but I had to get this one because it is stunning. It's so pretty, and yeah, everything about this series, I love it so much. This author was an illustrator before he also started writing. Everything, there's so many beautiful drawings and illustrations throughout. I just really love this, and this series is also very cute. I'm hoping to read this one during December or January again, because it's a very wintry, cozy book. It's all about found family. There's so much adventure in this one, and just when I think back about reading Frostheart, well, when I read it the first time, I just get all of these cozy feelings, and yeah, it was a lot of fun. So this is about a boy named Ash. Basically, he is a song weaver, which means that he can sing in this kind of language that the monsters in this world also speak. So he's basically being shunned by his village, and also his parents have gone missing, so he's being raised by this kind of monster, super sweet monster, like I still don't know how to pronounce it. Yeti? I don't know, I'll put the word on the screen. And then he gets the chance to travel with the Frostheart. Yes, it's called the Frostheart sleigh, and go on all these kind of adventures. And it's also a found family trope, you know, with the crew on the Frostheart. So it's full of adventure and love and finding yourself, and just a very cute middle grade, and I'm really excited to read this one, and it's stunning. Next one, I've already talked about this in a vlog too. It's The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by V.E. Schwab, and it is the special Waterstones edition. So we have these, I don't think it catches very well on camera, but we have glittering, there we go, I think you can see that, glittering golden sprayed edges, but the book itself is also so stunning. So first of all, we have this. How beautiful is that? I love the Waterstones edition so much, and the end pages are also beautiful. It is also signed. I think that's basically the highlights of this edition. But I'm also just really excited to read this. I know booktube has been kind of going crazy for this one. I've heard that it's a bit slow, but I'm so excited. So basically this is about Addie LaRue, and I think in like 1700 something, she makes a deal with a demon or a devil to live forever. However, if you make a deal with a demon or a devil, usually there is a drawback. It's usually not as nice as it sounds, and her drawback is that she gets to live forever, but everyone forgets her as soon as she kind of leaves their eyesight. That's what I believe. As soon as she leaves the room, everyone forgets who she is, so you can never really make a meaningful connection. I'm definitely interested to see what V.E. Schwab will do with that, because I personally do believe that there's no value or joy in living forever if you cannot spend it with people you love, you know, like if you're having to spend it alone in all eternity, that sounds not nice in my opinion. So I'm curious to see how that will go. But then she meets this guy, I believe his name is Henry. He, after 300 years, she meets Henry, and I think he remembers her. But the devil never plays fair, it says here, so it's probably going to be a lot of hardship too. I'm just so excited to get to this. Yeah, it is actually on my November TBR, but I hauled this. I pre-ordered this and it came as soon as it came out. And then speaking of pre-orders, the last book I wanted to talk about is How the King of Alfheim Learned to Hate Stories by Holly Black, and it's illustrated by Ravina Kai. Guys, it's really heavy. This book is really heavy and it's just stunning. It's really thin and it's Indie Cruel, or the Folk of the Air series. You probably know it. It's one of my favorite series, to be honest. It's just really an example of why I really love YA. It's just so much fun, and that's about Jude, who is a human girl living in the fairy world and kind of having to become ruthless. And then it's also about Carden, who is the cruel prince is kind of what they call him, one of the fairies. He's here, and it's basically his backstory, I believe, his kind of youth, and also how he meets Jude and stuff. And so it's more like a fairy tale book with lots of beautiful illustrations. And let me just show you how stunning this book is. I just cannot get over it. How beautiful. It just feels so special and like such high quality. We have beautiful end pages too, and just stunning. Well, it's just a map. And so every page, it just reads like a fairy tale and it looks like a fairy tale book, you know. So many beautiful illustrations. Let me just, okay, so first of all this, I just love this, but then also these full page illustrations. So yeah, it just looks beautiful and I'm really excited to read this. And I just know that once I've read this, I will probably want to reread the Cruel Prince series again, because it's just one of my favorites. I just really like it. It's an indulgence for me too, or something. I don't know. I've already read the Cruel Prince twice, and I think I've also read The Wicked King twice. And Queen of Nothing wasn't my favorite. First two I liked more, but still really enjoyed it. I'm excited and really happy, and it just smells nice and looks nice, and yeah, books make me happy. Okay, that's it. Those are all the books I've been hauling, I don't know, since my last book haul. I'm not really sure when that was. I think it was in the beginning of September maybe, and it's now November, so 2 months. I guess it's okay. I'm really gonna try not to be buying too many books now, but sometimes there's just a beautiful special edition or new release that I have to get my hands on, so I always end up with more books. Hauling books just also makes me happy, and I hope this video made you happy too and that you enjoyed watching it. And thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video, hopefully soon. Bye bye.